All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back. I'm going to do another Kia Sportage video for you today, but we're going to be talking about accessories that I think are 100% necessary when it comes to protecting the interior of this car. So I'm going to show you what I have, what I've been using, and what I'm going to upgrade to so that you guys get an idea of maybe some things that you might want to throw in your own car. All right, let's go ahead and start with the rear of the car. As you guys can see here, I do have this rear hatch cover. Well, I think it's a cargo cover. That is an OEM part that's made by Kia. I bought it on Kia stuff. Fairly expensive. It does have a little bit of a lip here, as you guys can see, and so it does keep some water in there, but that lip is not super high. But one thing I'm not a big fan of is the fact that it doesn't cover these areas over here, and I'd really like for this plastic to be protected so it doesn't get all banged up. Same for this side. So that's actually what I'm going to be upgrading in this video, but I also want to go over the other protective accessories that I have in this car. This new one here is the Wanvan custom cargo mat. You can get it on Amazon. I will include a link with a little code for you guys to use if you're interested in getting it, but we're gonna go ahead and throw it in the Sportage and see how she fits. So there is a little bit of creasing from the boxing that it shipped in, but that stuff, especially with a little heat, will in time settle down and this will be flattened out. But what I'm actually going to do in order to facilitate that is I'm going to go ahead and put some gear in here that I would normally have, and then hopefully that over time will supply some weight that's going to flatten this out. But for now, it actually looks like it has a very nice coverage. It fits over into these plastic slots very well. All right, now that we've got the cargo cover in there, we can see that it is a pretty good fit. Things are sitting exactly where they should, stopping where they should. Let's put up the seats and let's see how that top part acts when they're in the upright position. All right, so with that seat up, you can definitely tell that this lip came up to a really nice height. I like how high that is. That's really gonna keep any water that might get in here from going forward up there and affecting those seat covers. Overall, really nice fit. Really high borders, which I really like, other than this back one, but it's about the same as what I had before. So I'd say overall, it's a pretty good improvement. All right, so we've got some gear thrown in here for demonstration purposes. Yeah, looks like it's gonna work out nicely. I do really like this one. Definitely recommend that if you are throwing outdoorsy stuff in the back here that's gonna be dirty, wet, anything like that, this is gonna provide the best coverage possible, especially compared to the OEM stuff that lacks those little side areas. So we do have to do one last test. We just have to close this up, make sure it closes properly. We'll take a look in from the inside what it looks like when it's closed. So here we go. No problems. Get a peek over here. And I know the lighting's a little bit strange, but it doesn't seem like there are any issues with sizing in the back once it's closed. Overall, pretty good. So in addition to that, I do have the Kia OEM rear seat covers. This is just something that kind of Velcros here, but it protects the rear of these seats because I have these down a lot, have them locked into place like that. I need something to keep these protected. The other side as well has it. They come in two different parts. I highly recommend that if you're going to be keeping these seats down and throwing cargo in the back here and transporting a lot of stuff that may or may not cause damage to the interior of the car. All right, so the last thing that I recommend that you buy in order to protect your Kia Sportage are going to be heavy-duty floor liners. Now, the Wanvan brand that I did use for the rear cargo cover does make seat covers. That's not what these are, but in any case, I think no matter what, especially if you live in a northern climate, you can see some salt right in there. You definitely want a protector like this so you don't have salt getting into your carpet and staying there over the winter. So you can see the stains that this have accumulated, and I just washed these a couple weeks ago, but over the winter, these things get super dirty. They get really wet. It's good to have a really high lip like we have here. Now we're in the front, just so you know, but this really high lip is gonna protect anything from getting wet. It's done a really good job this winter. Highly recommend you get something like this. Right, so that is gonna be it. If you do not have those 3 accessories, I highly recommend, especially if you're a person who throws a lot of cargo in the back of this thing, like I do a lot of driving, get out over the winter time, have to deal with salt. Those are all things that can definitely spoil the interior of the car, so you want to protect it. Those are my recommendations. Hope they help you guys out, and I'll see you next time.